Welcome, church. Another week has gone by and we still have to worship alone, but we can still sing together. So let's do this together. We're going to sing a few songs for you, and please sing along at home while you're there. Just keep singing along. We'll be able to feel it from where we're at. So please just do this. So, John, can we go ahead and lead us in our first song? Okay.
Yeah. Majesty, worship his majesty. Unto Jesus be all glory, power, and praise. Majesty, kingdom, authority, flow from his throne unto his own, his anthem raise. So exalt, lift up on high the name of Jesus. Magnify, come glorify Christ Jesus the King. Majesty, worship his majesty. Jesus who died, now glorified, King of all kings. Jesus who died, now glorified, King of all kings. Tempted and tried, we're oft made to wonder why it should be thus all the day long, while there are others living about us, never molested, though in the wrong. Farther along, we'll know all about it. You know, farther along, we'll understand why. So cheer up, my brother, start living the sunshine. We'll understand it, yes, all by and by. When we see Jesus coming in glory, when he comes from his home in the sky, then we shall meet him in that bright mansion. We'll understand it all by and by. Farther along, we'll know all about it. You know, farther along, we'll understand why. So cheer up, my brother, start living the sunshine. We'll understand it, yes, all by and by. On a hill far away stood an old rugged cross, the emblem of suffering and shame. And I love that old cross, where the dearest and best for a world of lost sinners was slain. So I'll cherish the cross, the old rugged cross, till my trophies at last I lay down. I will cling to the cross, the old rugged cross, and exchange it someday for a crown. To the old rugged cross I will ever be true, its shame and reproach gladly bear. Then he'll call me someday to my home far away, where his glory forever I'll share. So I'll cherish the cross, the old rugged cross, till my trophies at last I lay down. I will cling to the cross, the old rugged cross, and exchange it someday for a crown.
Good morning, church. Today we're gathered together again to remember every first day of the week the fact that our Lord died for us for our sins so that we might have life eternal. And so as we think back to the time that Ron gave us last week so vividly describes what he went through, we find out today that he did that for you and I, that we might have life eternal. And we found out also in our Bible that we can't do it wrong. The only way we can do it wrong is not remember him about what he did for us and to get the goals that he was reaching for. So we don't have to be pure. We don't have to be without sin, but we do have to remember Jesus and what he did for us. He gave his life that we might have life eternal. And so it's one of those things that comes up every once in a while that should we only do it a few times? Well, we do it a lot, but officially, formally, as a brotherhood, as a fellowship, we do it 52 times a year as the Lord commanded. And we will probably go to him more often than that as we have things that happen in our life, and we'll go to him and ask him for help. And remember, he's the one that gives us that help. So our responsibility is to him and what he did, and it's an occasion of whether we just can't do it wrong as long as we concentrate on what he's done. And he gave us emblems that we could take of, we could partake of, and so that it helps us concentrate on what his life was and what he suffered for us. And we are also told that it's just something that brings our mind to concentrate on him, because we know if we don't remember somebody, they don't exist. They just not, we forget them and we don't remember them again. So we don't want to in any way take it haphazardly without really thinking about what we're doing. And then going back to what he went through to do for us, we have that tugging at our hearts that must have been his when he asked his Father to remove that cup 3 times because he knew of how terrible it was. So his sacrifice was meaningful to us, and it was quite an ordeal for him. And for that, we thank him all the days of our lives for the sacrifice that he made. So if you would bow with me, we'll ask God to be with us in the partaking of these emblems, and ask him to bless us and help us concentrate on what we're doing. So anyway, Father, we're so grateful to you for this time that we can spend in your presence, and actually let us know what the emblems stand for, knowing that the unleavened bread is representative of his body and the blood. The fruit of the vine is representative of the blood. And that's how much that we think about as we think about what he did for us. So Father, just take us into your hands and cause us to remember what he did. This is our prayer. Thank you in Jesus' name. In Jesus' name, amen.
God sent his Son, they called him Jesus. He came to love, heal, and forgive. He lived and died to buy my pardon. An empty grave is there to prove my Savior lived. Because he lives, I can face tomorrow. Because he lives, all fear is gone. because I know He holds the future, and life is worth the living just because He lives. And then one day, across the river, I'll fight life's final war with pain. And then as death gives way to victory, I'll see the lights of glory, and I'll know He reigns. Because He lives, I can face tomorrow. Because He lives, all fear is gone. Because I know He holds the future, and life is worth the living just because He lives.
Okay, here we go. Good morning, Inland Valley Church.
Buenos días, iglesia en Inland Valley.
Glad to be with you this morning.
Qué gusto estar con ustedes en esta mañana.
And it's interesting how during this time we're brought together through this means of technology.
Qué interesante que estos tiempos nos juntamos por medio de la tecnología.
If you're joining with us, that you're not part of Inland Valley Church,
Si nos están acompañando y no son parte de la iglesia en Inland Valley.
my name is Carlos Gonzalez. I used to be there for about 15 years.
Y mi nombre es Carlos González y estuve ahí como 15 años.
And right to my left, your right, is going to be my dad, Paul Gonzalez.
Y a mi izquierda, tu derecha, es mi papá Pablo González.
And obviously, he'll be translating for me.
Y obviamente él va a estar traduciendo por mí.
Yeah, since my Spanish is
Siendo que mi español está poco...
eh. So I wanted to spend some time with you guys this morning
De modo que quería pasar un tiempo con ustedes en esta mañana
to encourage you,
para animarlos,
let you know we miss you
dejarlos saber de que los echamos mucho de menos
and we love you,
y los amamos.
but we are still connected.
Pero todavía estamos conectados,
Whether it be online,
ya sea que estemos en línea,
telephones,
por teléfono,
emails, whatever,
o email, lo que sea.
we are still connected, especially through the blood of Christ
Todavía estamos conectados especialmente por la sangre de Cristo
and through His love.
y por su amor.
So, as we all know, this has been some very, very interesting times.
Como todos saben, estos han sido unos tiempos muy interesantes.
We've been dealing with a lot of solitude.
Hemos estado lidiando con mucha soledad.
A lot of us are in our houses, afraid to come out.
Muchos de nosotros estamos en nuestros hogares con miedo de salir.
Some of us are going out, but we only do what we got to do, and we come right back.
O algunos de nosotros salemos y hacemos lo que tenemos que hacer y luego regresamos.
And some of us are just wanting to. Some of us don't even care. We just want to just get out.
Y algunos de nosotros no nos importa, nomás queremos salir.
So I want to give you hopefully a little message of hope,
De modo que quisiera darles un mensaje de esperanza,
a little encouragement,
poquito ánimo
and let you know that it's not the end of the world.
y dejarles saber de que no es la afinación del mundo.
Then Paul reminds us that we should always be content in every situation.
Pablo nos recuerda de que tenemos que estar contentos en toda situación.
And this is a perfect example of being content
Y este es un ejemplo perfecto de estar contentos
in this situation.
en esta situación.
With this whole coronavirus thing, it's caused a lot of changes in our life.
Con este virus de corona ha cambiado muchas vidas.
It's impacted us in the way that we have to start being more careful.
Nos ha impactado de una manera que tenemos que estar con mucho cuidado.
You know, maybe sometimes we're overcautious,
Y muchas veces estamos de cuidado de más.
but we always know it's to make sure we're safe and our loved ones are safe.
Pero todo esto es para saber de que estamos seguros y nuestros queridos están seguros también.
So I'm hoping to give you some kind of assurance in the midst of all this panic.
De modo que yo quiero darles poquita seguridad en el medio de todo este pánico.
And it's not my words, it's the words from the Lord.
Y no son mis palabras, son palabras del Señor.
So I'm going to share with you guys just a few things,
De modo que quiero compartir con ustedes unas cuantas cosas.
and hopefully you can take it to your heart and examine it and study it more afterwards.
Y esperamos que la puedas llevar a corazón y examinarlo y estudiarlo después.
Because whatever you guys are dealing with in California, we're dealing with it here as well.
Porque con lo que ustedes están lidiando en California, nosotros estamos lidiando aquí también.
And as church leaders,
Y como líderes de la iglesia,
those who are watching over Inland Valley,
esos que están cuidando sobre la iglesia en Inland Valley,
want to encourage you to pray for them, please.
queremos animarlos a ustedes que oren por ellos, por favor.
Those who are preaching and teaching,
Esos que están predicando y enseñando,
pray for them as well.
oren por ellos también.
Because not only do we have to deal with things on our own with our families,
Porque no solamente tenemos que lidiar con cosas en nuestra propia familia,
but we're always thinking, how do we take care of the church?
pero también estamos pensando cómo cuidamos a la iglesia.
So we please pray for all of us,
De modo que
church
por
leaders.
favor oren por todos nosotros los líderes de la iglesia.
So today I want to give you some reminders
Hoy quiero darles unos recuerdos
that will help us to think on who we are.
que nos ayude a pensar quiénes somos.
We're not people shut away, scared of what the world is doing,
No somos gente separados, espantados con lo que está haciendo el mundo,
but we are children of God and we have a hope.
pero somos hijos de Dios y tenemos una esperanza.
So if you remember how I like to preach, I always like to do it in points,
Pero ustedes saben cómo me gusta predicar, me gusta hacerlo en puntos,
mostly because it's easier for my brain.
especialmente porque es más fácil para mi cerebro.
Okay, so first thing I want to share with you guys is I want to remind you this.
La primera cosa que quiero compartir con ustedes, quiero acordarlos de esto.
Let's be reminded that we are people of faith.
Hay que acordarnos que somos gente de fe.
That's what we claim, right?
Eso es lo que clamamos, ¿verdad?
Isn't that the hope we're trying to give the world?
¿Qué no es la esperanza que queremos darle al
That
mundo?
we have faith that there's someone higher,
Que tenemos fe y sabemos que hay alguien más alto.
there's a God that's watching over everything.
Hay un Dios que está cuidando de todo.
So if we are a people of faith,
De modo que si somos gente de fe,
how is that affecting how we're reacting to everything going on now?
¿cómo está afectando eso? ¿Cómo estamos reaccionando con todo lo que está sucediendo?
Think about that.
Piensen en
Well,
eso.
we have been proclaiming to the world before this all happened.
Lo que estamos proclamando al mundo antes de que todo esto sucediera.
Has it changed because of what's happened?
¿Ha cambiado algo por causa de lo que ha sucedido?
2 Corinthians 5, 6, and 7
Según de Corintios capítulo 5 y versículos 6 y 7
says we are always confident and know
dice que siempre estamos confiados y sabemos
that as long as we are at home in the body,
que mientras estamos en casa, en el cuerpo,
that we are away from the Lord.
estamos separados del Señor.
Because we live by faith,
Porque vivimos por fe
not by sight.
y no por vista.
What does that mean?
¿Qué significa eso?
It says as long as we are at home in the body.
Dice, mientras estemos en casa, en el cuerpo.
In other words, as long as we're comfortable here,
En otras palabras, mientras estemos confortables aquí,
as long as we're focusing only on this,
mientras estemos enfocando solamente en esto,
how I can be safe,
¿cómo yo puedo estar seguro?
how I can do better with money,
¿Cómo puedo yo hacer mejor con dinero?
in success,
¿En éxito?
how I can be more comfortable.
¿Cómo yo puedo estar más confortable?
Paul says, as long as we are at home in the body and feel comfortable here,
Pablo dice, mientras estemos en el hogar, en mi casa, confortables aquí,
that we are away from the Lord.
estamos separados del Señor.
In other words, we shouldn't have too much confidence in the flesh.
En otras palabras, hay que no tener mucha confianza en la carne,
Because the Lord is the one that guides us and takes care of us.
porque el Señor es el que nos guía y nos cuida.
So as long as we're trying to be comfortable here and make it all the best that we can experience,
De modo que mientras estemos nosotros haciendo todo confortable aquí en lo que estamos experienciando,
that's pushing us away from the Lord.
eso nos está separando del Señor,
Because our confidence should be in the Lord.
porque nuestra confianza había de ser en el
Our
Señor,
hope should be in the Lord.
nuestra esperanza había de ser en el Señor.
So we are a people of faith.
De modo que somos gente de fe.
And if we're living by faith and not by sight,
Y si estamos viviendo por fe y no por vista,
that should affect how we're reacting to this whole panic around us.
eso tiene que tener un efecto en nosotros y cómo estamos nosotros viviendo con todo lo que está sucediendo alrededor de nosotros.
We've heard it called the invisible enemy.
Le hemos oído que lo llamamos el enemigo invisible,
This virus going on around us.
este virus que está sucediendo.
But we know it's there.
Sabemos que está ahí,
So much so
sabemos tanto de eso
that we're taking all these precautions to make sure we're safe and our loved ones are safe.
que nos estamos cuidando todo esto para estar seguros de que estamos bien,
Are we taking all that extra faith into knowing that our God is there, even though we don't see Him?
pero estamos haciendo eso cuidándonos nosotros de esa misma manera con las cosas de Dios, aunque sabemos que no lo podemos ver,
Our faith should be the same way.
pero nuestra fe había de ser
That
igual,
we do everything to protect it,
que había de hacer todo para proteger eso,
to make sure our loved ones' faith is protected as well.
para asegurar de que la fe de nuestros queridos está protegido también,
Because even if we don't see it,
porque aunque no lo vemos,
we know He's there.
sabemos de que Él está ahí.
So I want to remind you guys just that we are people of faith, so let's make sure we start acting it even more in times like
De modo que
this.
quiero acordarles de vuelta que somos gente de fe y aún ora más durante estos tiempos,
Especially when at uncertain times.
especialmente con esos tiempos inseguros,
That way the world can see that
para que el mundo pueda ver eso
and they can see that we're content.
y que puedan ver es que estamos contentos, satisfechos.
And when they ask
Y
why,
cuando pregunten ellos por qué,
because we have that confidence.
porque tenemos esa confianza,
We are a people of faith.
somos gente de fe.
So I want you guys to think about that idea.
De modo que quiero que piensen en esa idea.
So number 2,
Número 2,
we should be reminded that prayer is essential.
tenemos que acordarnos que la oración es esencial.
Let's not try and do things on our own.
Vamos a no tratar de hacer cosas de por nosotros mismos.
Because I know in times like this, we want to depend upon ourselves.
Porque en tiempos tales como estos muchas veces queremos depender en nosotros mismos.
But God is waiting for us to talk to Him.
Pero Dios está esperando que le háblenos.
So prayer is very essential.
De modo que la oración es esencial.
Philippians 4:6.
Filipenses 4:6.
Do not be anxious about anything,
No estés ansiosos por nada,
but in every situation,
pero en toda situación,
by prayer and petition,
por medio de la oración y peticiones,
with thanksgiving,
con agradecimiento y gratitud,
present your requests to God.
presenta tu petición hacia Dios.
So Paul covers everything there.
De modo que Pablo cubre todo ahí.
Whether you're happy, sad, whatever the case might be,
Ya estás contento, triste o lo que sea la
in
situación.
every situation,
En toda situación,
you present it to God.
tú preséntaselo a Dios.
When's the last time you spoke to God about what's going on?
¿Cuándo era la última vez que tú hablaste con Dios con lo que está sucediendo?
I'm talking about this whole panic right now.
Yo estoy hablando de este pánico ahorita mismo.
I know we have no problem talking to our doctors,
Yo sé que no tenemos problema hablando con el doctor,
our family members,
los familiares, miembros de la
you
familia,
know, our fellow workers that we have at work.
o co-trabajadores que trabajamos juntos.
But we talk to God heart to heart about what
Pero
how we're
hemos
feeling,
hablado con Dios corazón a corazón
about how we're feeling.
en cómo nosotros nos estamos sintiendo.
Are you scared?
¿Tienes miedo?
Yeah, I think a lot of us are scared during
Yo
this
creo
time.
que muchos de nosotros tenemos miedo durante estos tiempos.
Have you expressed that to God?
¿Has expresado eso a Dios?
It's essential that He hears that.
Es esencial de que Él pueda oír eso.
But I think even more so, it's essential that we can express it to Him.
Pero más esencial había de ser importante de que nosotros podamos expresárselo a Él.
It's so easy to hide things away,
Es muy fácil esconder las cosas,
especially from people around us.
especialmente con gente alrededor de
But
nosotros.
we know that God knows.
Pero sabemos que Dios sabe.
But how much more when He can actually hear it coming
But-
from our hearts and our mouths?
Pero ¿qué tanto más cuando Él puede oírlos que está saliendo de mi boca, de mi corazón?
We should always be continually praying.
Siempre habíamos de estar continuando o siempre orando.
And in every situation to me is very important.
Y toda situación para mí es muy importante.
Because I can tell you from experience,
Porque yo te puedo decir por experiencia,
when times are tough, it's easy to pray to God.
cuando los tiempos están difíciles es muy fácil orar a Dios.
Although I try and fix things on my own,
Aunque yo trato de arreglar las cosas yo de por mí mismo,
eventually I end up going to God
muchas veces resulto yendo a Dios.
when I should have been there the first time.
Cuando había de haber estado ahí en primer lugar.
But when things are fine,
Pero cuando las cosas están bien,
it's seems like it's you kind of forget about God.
parece que se nos olvida de Dios.
And look around you right now.
Y mira alrededor de ti ahorita mismo.
How many people are turning to God in prayer,
¿Qué tanta gente están volteando hacia Dios en oración?
to churches for help?
¿A iglesias por ayuda?
In this kind of time, don't be surprised after everything kind of calms down a little bit. That attendance might go up maybe.
En este tiempo, durante estos tiempos, no estés sorprendido cuando la asistencia en la iglesia va a aumentar.
But after a while, it kind of gets to be like, okay, everything's okay now.
Pero con el tiempo parece que todo está bien ahorita
And we start losing people.
y empezamos a perder gente
And it goes back to normal.
y nos vamos para atrás a la normalidad.
So please keep that prayer life of yours active
De modo que mantengan su oración activa
in every situation.
en toda situación.
And prayer and petition,
Y la oración y la
when
petición,
you request something,
cuando pides, haces una petición,
when you give thanks for something,
cuando le das gracias a Dios por algo,
whatever you do and however you do it,
lo que hagas y cómo lo hagas,
just make sure you present it to the Lord.
asegura de que tú se lo presentes al
You
Señor.
can get everything ready.
Puedes arreglar todo.
You can prepare a nice gift.
Puedes a preparar un bonito
Do
regalo
all the nice little stuffing inside the bag.
y poner todo lo bonito dentro de la bolsa.
All that tissue, all the stuff that I always mess up.
Todo ese papel, todas las cosas que yo he hecho a perder.
And I can make a nice, beautiful presentation.
Y puedo hacer una bonita presentación.
And it's ready to go.
Está listo para ir.
But if I never give it to that person,
Pero si nunca la entrego a esa persona,
what becomes of it?
¿qué viene a ser de eso?
It just comes a nice, pretty package that stays on the side.
Es simplemente una bolsita, un regalo puesto al lado.
And I believe the Lord wants us to be able to present it to Him.
Yo creo que el Señor quiere que nosotros quiere que nosotros se lo presentemos a Él.
Not only prepare it and get it ready,
No solamente prepararlo y alistarlo,
because sometimes it's hard to prepare something to talk to God.
porque muchas veces es algo difícil a preparar algo para hablar con Dios.
Because we have to realize that I'm not worthy of God.
Porque yo tengo que realizar que yo no soy digno de Dios.
And I have to tell Him that.
Y yo tengo que decirle a Él eso.
And I don't like to do that.
Y no me gusta hacer
So
eso.
it takes preparation to be able to do all that stuff and
De
get it
modo que
ready.
se necesita preparación para poder hacer esto
So when we
antes.
do it and we present it with the right mind,
De modo que cuando lo hacemos, lo presentamos con un entendimiento correcto,
we give it to the Lord.
se lo presentamos al
We
Señor.
present present it to him.
Se lo presentamos a Él.
And the Lord, I think he's happy with that.
Y yo creo que el Señor está contento con eso.
So don't be anxious about anything.
De modo que no estés ansiosos por nada.
Whatever comes your way,
Lo que venga a tu camino,
prepare it in your heart
prepáralo en tu corazón
and present it to the Lord.
y preséntaselo al Señor.
And trust that he'll do what he needs to do.
Y confía de que Él va a hacer lo que Él va a hacer.
Very good.
Muy bien.
Okay, number 3.
Número 3.
Let's be reminded that we are the church.
Vamos a acordarnos de que nosotros somos la iglesia.
I think it's so interesting to find out how many people are reacting the way they are.
Es interesante de poder ver cómo la gente está reaccionando de la manera que están reaccionando.
We can't go to the church building. Oh no, what do we do?
No podemos ir a la iglesia, al edificio, ¿qué hacemos?
And we're worried about that, and we feel so guilty sometimes.
Y nos preocupamos de eso y muchas veces hasta entra la culpa.
And we try and figure out ways to try and work around.
Y queremos figurar maneras como podemos nosotros darle la vuelta a eso.
Well, have we forgotten that we are the church?
¿Se nos ha olvidado que nosotros somos la iglesia?
That we are the holy temple of God?
Nosotros somos el templo santo de Dios.
God chose to dwell in us.
Dios escogió morar en nosotros.
Now, the building is just a nice place where we can come together and celebrate together.
El edificio es un lugar bonito donde podamos juntarnos todos y celebrar
But
juntos.
never forget that we are the church.
Pero hay que nunca olvidar que nosotros somos la
We
iglesia.
are the dwelling place.
Nosotros somos donde Dios mora.
And I think it's, again, as we reach out through these kind of ways,
De vuelta, mientras alcanzamos en estos tiempos,
we find out that it's been very effective.
podemos ver de que es muy efectivo todo
That we
esto.
can be together without actually being physically
Y
together.
que podemos estar juntos aunque no estamos juntos físicamente.
We're on a Sunday morning where we might have maybe 100 people in person.
En un domingo donde podamos tener 100 personas en persona,
We can do something like this
podemos hacer algo como esto
and have more people
y tener más gente
and their families
y sus familiares
and different places around the world.
y por diferentes lugares alrededor del mundo.
Because you know, when we do like a Facebook Live or something like
Porque
that,
cuando hacemos Facebook Live en vivo,
you can see how many people are watching.
tú te puedes dar cuenta que tanta gente están viendo.
And it'll say, oh, look, there's there's somebody online
Y
watching.
podemos ver nosotros, mira quién está ahí en línea, están viendo.
But what the number doesn't count,
Pero cuando el número no importa,
it doesn't count the number of people.
no importa qué tantos, el número no importa.
Well, yeah, no, it doesn't count because you might have one person watching as far as online, their name on the screen,
Porque puedes tener una persona viendo en línea, en pantalla,
but they might be sitting down with their family of 4 or 5 people.
pero fácilmente él esté sentado con 4 o 5 personas también.
So although online only says one person,
Aunque en línea dice solamente una
it
persona,
might be a whole family watching.
puede ser una familia entera viendo.
So I think it's so important to understand things like that, to understand we're not alone.
De modo que es bonito poder entender de situaciones tales como esas, que no estamos solos.
And the church can be extended out.
Y la iglesia puede ser extendida afuera.
Remember when Peter says, he goes, I will build, when Jesus tells Peter, I will build my church.
Cuando le dice Jesús a Pedro, voy a edificar mi iglesia,
And the gates of Hades will not overcome it.
y las puertas del infierno no prevalecerán contra de ella.
The church is a powerful thing.
La iglesia es algo poderoso,
Not the building,
no el edificio,
not 1550 North Palmetto Avenue,
no la dirección de Palmero Avenue,
okay, but the actual us. We are
Pero-
the dwelling place of the
pero
Lord.
nosotros somos la iglesia donde Dios mora.
And when he says, I will build my church and the gates of Hades will not overcome it,
Y cuando dice, edificaré mi iglesia y las puertas del infierno no prevalecerán contra de ella,
we always understand that verse to mean a certain way.
siempre entendemos de que se nos hace que ese significa una cierta manera.
It kind of gives the idea like we're in, the church is just here waiting for Hades to attack us.
Parece como que estamos nomás esperando de que la iglesia estamos aquí, esperando que el infierno nos ataque.
And that we will be strong and we'll survive it.
Y que nosotros vamos a estar fuertes y vamos a sobrevivir.
And we will.
Y si lo vamos a hacer.
But that verse is not saying that.
Pero ese versículo no está diciendo eso.
It's saying the gates of Hades will not overcome it.
Está diciendo que las puertones del infierno no prevalecerán
The
contra de
idea of a
él.
gate is
La idea de un puertón
to keep someone away or keep someone in.
es la idea de mantener a alguien separado o mantener a
So when
alguien dentro
he
de
says
él.
the gates of Hades will not overcome it,
Dice que las puertas del infierno no prevalecerán contra de
it's
él.
actually saying the opposite.
Aún está diciendo lo opuesto.
It's I take it to understand, this is my personal opinion,
Yo lo entiendo en mi opinión personal,
that we will be the ones attacking.
que nosotros vamos a ser los que estamos atacando.
And we will be, the gates of Hades will not overcome it.
y las puertas del infierno no prevalecerán,
It will not be strong enough
no van a
to
ser
handle,
fuertes suficientes para poder lidiar,
to handle the church.
a lidiar con la
And
iglesia.
when the church is ready to do what it needs to do,
Y cuando la iglesia está lista para hacer lo que tenga que hacer,
Hades will not stop it.
el Hades no puede
And
pararlo.
those gates that will try and stop the church cannot
Y esos
overcome it.
portones que va a querer detener la iglesia no va a poder,
Because we are the church.
porque nosotros somos la
We are the
iglesia.
body of Christ.
Nosotros somos el cuerpo de Cristo.
So think about that, okay? Because I believe sometimes we think that verse is saying the opposite.
Piensen de eso, porque muchas veces pensamos que ese versículo dice lo opuesto,
But we are the ones that are going to go attack.
pero nosotros somos los que vamos a ir a atacar.
So be reminded of that.
Pero acuérdense de eso,
Nothing will ever crush,
nada puede desbaratar,
defeat,
destruir
overthrow,
o conquistar
eliminate the church.
o eliminar la iglesia.
Not even a plague
Ni siquiera la plaga
or coronavirus.
o corona, el virus de corona.
So be reminded that we are the church.
De modo que acuérdense de eso, nosotros somos la
The
iglesia.
church bands together.
La iglesia se une junto,
We live together.
vivimos juntos,
We love together.
amamos juntos,
We face challenges together.
vemos desafíos juntos,
And whether we're in the same room or we're online,
ya sea que estemos en el mismo cuarto o en línea,
our connection is Christ,
nuestra conexión es
the
Cristo,
head of the church.
el cabecilla de la iglesia.
So think about that.
De modo que piensen en eso.
Even local congregations,
Aún congregaciones locales,
we're connected worldwide.
estamos conectados mundialmente.
Inland Valley is connected to Northside
Inland Valley está conectado con el Northside,
here in El Paso,
aquí en El Paso.
or Monwood Church, which is across the street, other side of town of El Paso.
O la iglesia en Mountwood, que está al otro lado de la ciudad, aquí en El Paso.
It doesn't matter, we're all connected together.
No importa, todos estamos conectados juntos.
So be excited about that.
De modo que emocionate en eso.
All this panic we're experiencing
Todo este pánico que estamos experienciando
might be scary,
puede ser espantoso,
but it will not overcome the church.
pero no le va a ganar, no va a conquistar a la iglesia.
Okay, number 4,
Número 4.
be reminded that you are part of the cure.
Acuérdate que tú eres parte de la cura.
There's talk about not finding a cure for the coronavirus.
Hay plática que no encuentran la cura para el virus.
And whatever comes from that, that's up to God.
Y lo que salga de eso depende en Dios.
But we have a role to play in that
Pero
as
nosotros
well.
tenemos un papel que jugar en ese.
By faith and through prayer,
Por fe y por medio de la
we
oración.
follow the Lord.
Seguimos al
But
Señor.
we also have respect and recognize the authority of those around us.
También tenemos respeto y reconocemos a esos que están alrededor de nosotros.
City government,
El gobierno de la ciudad.
all that stuff.
Todas esas cosas.
Although we may not agree with it,
Aunque no estamos de acuerdo con todo eso,
we still respect it.
todavía lo respetamos.
So I think we have to be aware of that as well.
De modo que nosotros tenemos que saber de eso.
I know as we eventually start meeting together,
Yo sé que cuando vamos a juntarnos, empiecen a juntarnos,
it might be very awkward not to go hug somebody.
va a ser algo muy extraño no poder abrazar a alguien.
Okay, but again, we respect because remember what God says.
Pero de vuelta, no, pero respetamos. Acuérdate lo que dice Dios.
That God says that the shepherds of the church are to take care of the church.
Dice que los ancianos, los pastores de la iglesia tienen que cuidar a la iglesia.
And part of that taking care of is also taking care of their health possibly.
Y también eso, parte de cuidar a la iglesia, es cuidar de su salud también.
So maybe that might require, just be extra careful with the hugs and stuff like that.
De modo que esto fácilmente se requiere estar con mucho cuidado de los abrazos.
So please be understanding when it comes to that point.
De modo que hay que poder entender eso cuando hablamos de estas
The
cosas.
shepherds have to take care of the flock.
Los pastores están encargados del rebaño
And we want to make sure that you're safe.
y queremos asegurar de que ustedes estén seguros.
And when we do that, we can be part of the cure as well.
Y cuando hacemos eso, podemos ser parte de la cura también.
And part of being a part of the bigger cure,
Y parte de ser parte de esta cura más grande,
beyond what we see and what we're experiencing,
más allá de lo que podemos ver y podemos experienciar,
is the idea that we can bring Christ to people that are looking right
es
now.
la idea de que podemos traer a Cristo a esas personas que no lo conocen.
Are you using this time to evangelize?
¿Estás usando tú este tiempo para evangelizar?
Are you encouraging your neighbor?
¿Estás animando a tu vecino?
Are you encouraging your family?
¿Estás animando a tu familia?
Are you taking advantage of this time with your family at home to be able to learn more about God together?
¿Estás tomando ventaja de estos tiempos que estás con tu familia de poder aprender más de Dios?
That's the cure I'm talking about.
Esa es la cura que estamos hablando aquí.
The cure over evil,
La cura sobre el mal,
over sin.
o sobre el pecado.
When people are looking for something, they're looking for something that will help fill their lives.
Cuando la gente anda buscando algo que llenen sus vidas
And you might have the message for them.
y fácilmente tú tengas el mensaje para ellos.
All those Facebook friends that you have,
Todos esos amigos que tienes en Facebook,
now are you being positive with them? Are you giving them something that they can see Christ in you?
¿estás siendo tú positivo con ellos, que puedan ellos ver a Cristo en ti?
I encourage you to realize what we put out there online,
Ojalá y que puedas darte cuenta de que realices lo que estamos poniendo ahí en línea.
because as we put things out there
Porque mientras ponemos cosas que salen ahí
and people watch it,
y la gente mira eso,
that's a reflection of what we believe,
esa es una reflexión de lo que nosotros creemos,
of what we believe personally.
de lo que nosotros creemos personalmente.
It's your Facebook,
Es tu Facebook,
your personal page.
es tu página
You
personal.
can put whatever you want,
Tú puedes poner lo que tú quieras,
but realize whatever you put on there, people are seeing that, and that's a reflection of you and your family.
pero date cuenta que lo que tú estás poniendo ahí, esa es una reflexión de ti y en tu familia
And
también.
if you're claiming to be part of the bigger picture of the body of Christ,
Y si tú estás clamando ser parte de este retrato, el cuerpo de Cristo,
whatever we're putting out there represents you, but it also represents the church as well, believe
lo
it
que
or
estás
not.
poniendo ahí está representándote a ti, pero también está representando a la iglesia, créalo o no.
And that's sometimes we don't think about that.
Y muchas veces no pensamos de eso.
And I just started Facebook after a long break,
Apenas empecé Facebook después de un descanso por mucho tiempo
and I'm very picky about what I put there
y con mucho cuidado me cuido lo que pongo ahí,
because I have my ministry to protect.
porque yo tengo mi ministerio de qué proteger.
The ministry I've been blessed to have because of people like you
El ministerio que yo tengo por causa de gente como ustedes.
and because of God allowing it to happen as well.
Y porque Dios ha permitido de que esto suceda.
And I want to be part of the cure of evil, of sin as well.
Y yo quiero ser parte de la cura del pecado también.
So and I believe our first step is being able to, whatever we put out there that represents us, that it be something positive.
De modo que el primer paso que tengo que poder ver ahí, de que lo que yo pongo ahí sea algo positivo
And something represents Christ.
y algo que represente a Cristo
Or something positive.
o algo positivo.
So just think about that, okay?
De modo que piensen en eso.
Become part of the cure.
Sean parte de la cura.
1 Peter 3:15 says this.
Primera de Pedro 3:15 dice esto.
In your hearts revere Christ as Lord.
En tu corazón revela a Cristo como tu Señor.
Always be prepared to give an answer to everyone who asks
Siempre
you.
estar preparado para dar una respuesta a todo aquel que pregunte,
Who asks you to give the reason for the hope that you have.
que te pida una razón de la esperanza que tú tienes.
But do this with gentleness and respect.
Pero haz eso con gentileza y con respeto.
When you want to put something online,
Cuando quieras poner algo en línea,
or if you want to call a friend and talk to them,
o si quieres llamar a un amigo y hablar con él,
and you say, I'm praying for you,
y le dices, estoy orando por ti,
just be ready to give a response. If they turn around and say, well, why?
y estás listo para dar una respuesta que ellos puedan voltear y decir, ¿por qué?
Because I know it's happened before.
Porque yo sé que ha sucedido esto
Or say, hey,
antes.
I'm praying for you and your family.
Porque dijimos, estoy orando por ti y tu familia.
And they'll say, well, why?
Y ellos dicen, ¿pero por qué?
Well, guess what? That one word,
Pero ¿sabes qué? Esa una palabra,
why,
¿por qué?
opens up a whole door
Abre una puerta
so we can be able to evangelize
para que podamos evangelizar
and start to be part of the cure.
y poder ser parte de esta cura.
So make sure we understand that, okay?
De modo que hay que asegurarnos que podamos entender
Be
esto.
ready to give a response for what you believe.
Estar listo para dar una respuesta en lo que tú crees.
And that's for anything we put.
Y ese es para cualquier cosa que tú pongas
You
ahí.
put something that's negative,
Si pones algo negativo,
be ready to give a response why you did that.
estar listo para dar una respuesta por qué es que pusiste eso.
Some people might ask us.
Porque mucha gente te puedan preguntar.
That's why I say let's think about what we do before we actually do it.
Por eso digo de que hay que cuidar lo que vamos a hacer antes de que lo hagan.
And the last part of the verse says, you give a hope for what you believe,
Y la última parte del versículo dice, da una esperanza de lo que tú crees,
or you give a reason for the hope that you have.
o tú dar una razón por la esperanza que tú tienes.
He says, but do this with gentleness
Pero haz eso con gentileza
and respect.
y con respeto.
Please take that to heart.
Por favor, tomen eso a
A
corazón.
lot of us have different opinions about a lot of things,
Muchos de nosotros tenemos diferentes opiniones de muchas cosas.
and some of us feel very strongly about certain things,
Y algunos de nosotros nos sentimos muy fuerte de cosas que creemos.
and that's fine.
Y eso está bien.
But make sure we always do it with gentleness and respect.
Pero asegúrate de que lo hagas con gentileza y con respeto.
Yes, because I believe that if we do everything with love,
Porque yo creo que si hacemos todo con amor,
we can do almost anything, really.
como si podemos hacer cualquier cosa.
You can come to me out of anger.
Tú puedes venir a mí con enojo.
You might be upset with something I said.
Fácilmente estés enojado con algo que yo dije.
But if you tell me in love,
Pero si tú me dices en amor,
I will listen.
te escucho.
And
Is
I
it possible to be able to be angry with someone and still love them?
¿Será posible estar enojado con alguien y todavía amarlos?
Of course.
De seguro.
You have kids, don't you?
Tienes niños, ¿verdad?
How many times have you been upset with them
¿Qué tantas veces has estado enojado con ellos?
because they did something wrong,
Porque hicieron algo mal,
made a dumb decision,
hicieron una decisión tonta
and most of all because you were concerned for their safety maybe?
y muchas veces porque estabas concernido por su seguridad.
So we know that's very possible.
Sabemos que eso es muy posible.
God loves us.
Dios nos ama a nosotros.
Even in the Old Testament, he expressed his anger,
Aún en el Antiguo Testamento Él expresaba su enojo,
but he continually loves us.
pero Él continuamente nos ama.
So think about that.
De modo que piensa en eso.
Okay. Last point, you guys.
El último punto.
Let's be reminded that God is sovereign,
Vamos a acordarnos que Dios es soberano.
that he is all powerful.
Él es todopoderoso.
He is over everything.
Él es sobre todo.
He's over coronavirus.
Él está sobre el virus de corona.
He's over our future,
Él es sobre nuestro
our
futuro,
present,
nuestra presencia
and even the junk we did in the past.
y aún las cosas malas que hicimos en el pasado.
Let's not forget that we serve a sovereign God,
Que no se nos olvide que sirvemos a un Dios soberano.
a loving sovereign God.
Un Dios amoroso soberano.
Isaiah 46, 9 through 10 says this.
Isaías 46, versículo 9 al 10 dice esto.
Remember the former things of old,
Acuérdate de las cosas del pasado,
for I am God and there is no other.
porque yo soy Dios y no hay ningún otro.
I am God and there is none like me,
Yo soy Dios y no hay ninguno como yo.
declaring the end from the beginning,
Declarando el principio de la afinación
and from ancient times,
y de tiempos anteriores,
things not yet done,
cosas que no han sucedido todavía,
saying, my counsel shall stand,
diciendo de mi consejo va a ser fuerte
and I will accomplish all my purpose.
y voy a cumplir con todos mis propósitos.
Those are the words
Esas son las palabras
and the promise
y las promesas
of a sovereign God,
de un Dios soberano,
powerful, almighty God.
poderoso, un Dios todopoderoso.
That is the God we serve.
Ese es el Dios que nosotros sirvemos.
May we never forget that.
Que nunca se nos olvide eso.
When things look tough,
Cuando las cosas están difíciles,
when we start hearing about different things that don't make sense to us,
cuando empezamos a oír diferentes cosas que no hacen sentido para mí,
when we hear about things that scare us,
cuando oímos de cosas que nos espantan,
like right now here in El Paso,
como nosotros ahorita aquí en El Paso,
right now our infected rate is going up higher,
ahora parece que la infección va subiendo más y más.
whereas everybody else seems to have already plateaued and they're coming down.
Parece que cuando el resto del mundo parece que nivelaron y parece que van para abajo.
And here in El Paso, we're getting more infections every day,
Y aquí en El Paso parece que estamos ganando más infecciones cada día.
and that's a scary thought.
Y ese es un pensamiento espantoso.
But even then,
Pero aún entonces,
we still serve a sovereign God.
todavía sirvemos a un Dios soberano.
May those around us see that
Que esos alrededor de nosotros puedan ver eso.
when they're forgetting about God,
Cuando ellos están olvidando de Dios,
we're reminded that He's a loving God,
nosotros nos acordamos que es un Dios amoroso,
He's a sovereign God,
es un Dios soberano.
that we're reminded that we are the church,
Nos acordamos que nosotros somos la
we're
iglesia.
reminded that we are part of the cure,
Nos acordamos que nosotros somos parte de la cura.
we're reminded that we believe in prayer and that it's essential,
Nos acordamos nosotros que creemos en la oración y es algo esencial.
and we are reminded that we are a people of faith.
Y nos acordamos nosotros que somos un pueblo de fe.
This is the time for it to be challenged, possibly.
Ese es un tiempo de desafíos.
And how was your faith during this time?
Y de modo que, ¿cómo te va yendo con tu fe?
Let's use this time as a way to get closer to God,
Vamos a usar este tiempo para llegarnos más cerquita a Dios,
to our families,
a nuestros
and
familiares
to those who are in desperate need of Him,
y a aquellos que están desesperadamente en necesidad de Él,
even though they might not realize that.
aunque ellos no realicen eso.
Thank you guys for being with us this morning.
Gracias por estar con nosotros en esta mañana.
Love you guys very much.
Lo amamos mucho,
Miss you.
lo echamos mucho de
And
menos.
as soon as things are better, we plan to be out there to visit.
Y cuando las cosas se mejoren, planeamos estar ahí con ustedes.
So God bless you, and may you take this message to heart.
De modo que el Señor los bendiga y tomen este mensaje a
And
corazón.
if you have any questions or comments,
Y si hay preguntas o comentarios,
please feel free to call me or talk to me, text me.
por favor llámenme o mándenme un texto.
And just do it out of love.
Háganlo con amor.
Thank you guys so much.
Gracias, hermanos, una vez más tanto.
We're praying for all of you.
Estamos orando por todos ustedes.
Please pray for us.
Por favor, oren por nosotros.
God bless you. Bye bye.
El Señor los bendiga. Bye bye.
Well, we want to thank you guys here for tuning in and watching our service for today. We look so much forward to the day we get to join each other and come together and see each other in person, because I miss the hugs, I miss the love, I miss the fellowship. But we thank you, O Lord, for doing that. So we're going to finish. We're going to sing our last song together for you, and then we're going to be dismissed. Thank you very much.
This world is not my home, I'm just a passing through. My treasures are laid up somewhere beyond the blue. The angels beckon me from heaven's open door, and I can't feel at home in this world anymore. Oh Lord, you know I have no friend like you. If heaven's not my home, then Lord, what will I do? The angels beckon me from heaven's open door, and I can't feel at home in this world anymore. Just up in glory land we'll live eternally. The saints on every hand are shouting victory. Their song of sweetest praise drifts back from heaven's shore, and I can't feel at home in this world anymore. Oh Lord, you know I have no friend like you. If heaven's not my home, then Lord, what will I do? The angels beckon me from heaven's open door, and I can't feel at home in this world anymore.